What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video I'm going to be unboxing my brand new camera, which has just arrived just this moment, and I am so excited. I can't wait. I've already got the box open in terms of actually being able to access everything and making sure it's all correct. So without further ado, let's unbox it and see what I actually decided to upgrade to from this, the Canon 7D Mark II. Now honestly, there's a problem with the sensor on this. That's one of the reasons I upgraded. It's one of the reasons I bought a new camera. But one of the reasons I went for the camera that I did is all the accessories, including like the batteries and everything, are identical. So that does give you a bit of a hint. Yes, I'm staying with the Canon ecosystem, but they have upgraded quite a lot. It's quite a big upgrade. But yeah, first thing in the box, the Canon EOS EF to EOS R adapter. That means that I can use things like my Sigma 150 to 600 on my new camera, which is very important because I don't want to lose that lens. I don't want to lose the reach of it or anything like that, but I want to use it on the new camera, so I've had to buy an adapter. The adapter came with the bundle that I bought, along with this 128 gig SD card, which if I just throw open my little KNF concept card holder, I have quite a few of these already, so perfect, matches the exact cards that I normally use. Try and get it out of the box with all the packing peanuts. Here we are. This is, as you guys can see now, the Canon EOS R7. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, the EOS R7s have problems with focus and all this, that and the other, but there's firmware updates that have hopefully solved those things. There's some things that Canon have come out and said which I'm going to take note of and try and reduce things so I don't get as much rolling shutter and different things like that. There is ways around the problems that people have found, so yeah, I'm very excited to get hold of this and see what it's like and actually get it on the camera, get the lens on the camera, test it all out. And LiQWYD Pattern has done quite an in-depth video on how to reduce the focus breathing with the R7 and the Sigma 150 to 600 and stuff like that. So I'll link that video down below. But without further ado, let's unbox this. Now obviously the box looks like it's been thrown around a little bit. Extended cover, 3-year service contract. Right, okay. So obviously, as you can see in the box, we have a charger. We have the lead for the charger. I've already got one of these. We have another lead for the charger, which is the EU one, or the American one. And then obviously we have a battery right here, which, yeah. And then we've got the manual, which, wow, okay. I didn't even think they bothered printing these things out anymore. So that's the thing. We've got a Canon R7 strap, which I'm probably not actually going to use because I use a shoulder strap instead. Take this little bit off. And then right in the bottom in this plastic, which is, it's a bit weird that it's all in this plastic, but you know, we'll put some of this stuff down. Let's take it out of this little jiffy bag. And here we are. The Canon EOS R7, which honestly, like, in comparison to the 7D, the 7D, even without a battery, like, obviously this doesn't have a battery in it, but the 7D without a battery is considerably heavier, which I expected, being a DSLR. But we obviously have the tilt screen as well, which is awesome. I absolutely love this. Absolutely love it because you can use it as a vlogging camera, so that's really cool. The eyepiece, I do have another eyepiece coming because I prefer to, basically on my old one you can see that I have the extended eye cup on there. I want to do the same with this, so I bought an extended piece because from what people have been saying, you put your eye to there and you end up like touching the screen with it and stuff. But yeah, we've got focus buttons, card slots, obviously different things. But let's get the battery installed and everything. The battery is right here, so I'm assuming there'll be some battery within the camera. Oh, it's actually in a little a little... That's what freaked me out. It was in this little, like, thing to protect the back of it, I assume. But yeah, let's just do that. Nice and easy. Everything's very easy to use. We've got the dual card slots, which I will be utilising. We've got the control wheel on the back. I really like the control wheel on this. And the... One thing I will say right at the get-go, this camera is so comfortable for me to hold. Like, so comfortable. So, I think for the most part, a lot of people may have a little bit of an issue with that, or some people's hands are going to be bigger than mine, and like my pinky does kind of slip off the bottom sometimes, but I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue. I do wish there was a battery grip for this, unless there's a third-party one, but obviously there's no mounts or anything like that to connect it all up properly, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I am super excited to have this camera. I'm gonna actually take the EOS adapter out of the box and let's have a look at this as well. Again, this is in some... One thing I will say is that all of this stuff is packaged up really well. This comes in a little bag, and then it's within it's within another little bag with inside it, right? So this is the EOS Canon EOS EF to EOS R adapter, and as you can see, there is actually no control ring or anything on this one, so it's just the basic one. But to be completely honest, I don't need anything else. So we'll just line that up. Oh, that was nice. That felt nice. And then we're gonna actually mount the camera, mount the lens. So here we are. This is obviously my new setup for now. It's going to be obviously the R7 with the Sigma 150 to 600 going forward. Now this, obviously the lens is very heavy. The camera's really small in comparison to the 7D. So it's going to take me a little bit to get used to the weight distribution. It's a little bit different from what I'm used to. But in all honesty, turn the camera on. We'll just flip the screen round. Can't see anything because obviously I've so the battery's dead apparently. From the get-go, the battery that was in it is completely dead. I thought the battery that was in it would have actually some battery in it, so that's my bad. We will put one of the other batteries that I have in because they're exactly the same, and this is why, as you can see, 7D battery straight in the R7. And now it's coming up with a setup and everything like that. So I'm going to get all the settings and everything dialed in, and then I'm going to do a little bit of a test in the field. Hopefully my other equipment turns up so that I can, you know, record the viewfinder and different things for you guys. But honestly, this setup is really nice, and I'm very impressed with everything so far. So like I said, I'm going to get this camera set up now, and I'll speak to you guys in a bit. So, looking back at the photos that I was able to take with the R7 during my little trip to the nearby park, here we go. So, this obviously is a picture of a robin, which was singing its little head off. Absolutely awesome. And you can see that this was shot at 6400 ISO, 2000 frames per second, or 2000 shutter speed, and an aperture of f8. And you can see just how sharp this image really is. I mean, all the feathered detail is there until you get to the bits that are a little bit out of focus. But for the most part, that's in focus. The plants are a little bit in and out of focus. But for the most part, the background's out of focus. It's a little bit distracting. But I'll put the edit up on the screen. Very happy with this image and the way it came out. It's really nice. I think it shows... obviously the subject, which is the robin, in its habitat, and it works really well for me. So moving on, a little bit of a disappointment because I thought, oh my god, I've got a flying shot of black-headed gull and it looks really nice, until you start to do this and zoom in a little bit close to the eye. And what you find then is that the eye is not in focus at all, and the rest of the bird is kind of soft. And I'll be honest, I was a little bit disappointed with this because I thought, oh my god, what a shot. This is really nice. Considering it was the first time I've used the S7 with the eye tracking and everything like that, I thought, fantastic. This is really well done. And then just a little bit of an intermittent issue. And now I don't know whether it's the Sigma lens that I'm pairing it with or whether it's the S7 in general. I haven't had enough time to realise which it is or what's causing the problem or tested it with enough lenses or anything like that. So I don't really know the problem. But what I do know is that this would have been a really nice shot, to be completely honest. As you can see by the edit, I've managed to sharpen it up or denoise it a little bit. Again, ISO 640. 2000 shutter speed and f8 again, which is the sharpest version of that lens. So again, 4000 ISO this time, f8 aperture, 2000 shutter speed, and you can see there is a little bit of noise, but if you compare this file to the 7D Mark II, you would have way more noise than this. So again, like I said, in focus, kind of. It's a little bit soft around the edges. But again, you go to like 100 or 200% around the eye, it's in focus, a little bit soft maybe, and I think that's something I'm just going to have to live with. There is a few soft shots coming out of it. Now, whether that's the camera or whether that's me is yet to be seen because I haven't really had enough experience yet. But the fact is, I'm not giving up on it. It's a really great camera and I'm enjoying it so far. Again, this shot, one frame before this was sharp. So, this frame, not sharp. The frame before, which is the edited image, sharp. And I don't know what the cause of that is. I was shooting at 2500 shutter speed, f8 aperture, and shot at 400 ISO, which is why it's so dark. But again, as you see, blurry, kind of not in focus. Not the best shot on that one. But yet, the actual final image I got out of it was pretty darn good. Moving on to this image, we actually have really nice sharpness around the ears and the eye, which is perfect. And then you've got the nice little whiskers and everything on this female grey squirrel. And the background's beautifully blown out. Maybe a little bit bright at times, but yeah, I mean, I really like this image. It's one of the better ones I've taken out of the 6 that I've chosen to show you guys. But you can see the rock's in focus. This rock here is out of focus, so it's quite a nice little frame, but it works for me. I really like it. And here's the edit. Didn't really have to do a lot of post-processing on that image. And finally, we go back to the other thing that's annoying, which is, again, this looks perfectly fine. Shot at 2500 ISO, which, honestly, like, if I zoom in, you can tell it's at 2500 ISO. But if you look where the focus is actually down here in the grass for whatever reason. Just certain parts of it, it didn't actually focus on the bird. So when you look at the bird, it's all out of focus. It's all kind of, it's not all there. It's a bit in focus and it's a bit soft. But if you look at the tail, you look at the body, nothing's overexposed to the point of being ridiculous, but or underexposed, for example. It's a perfectly good shot. However, it's just really soft, and that's a little bit disappointing for me because I was hoping that this shot would come out sharp. It's a subject that's not really moving. Anyway, hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and in the next video I'm actually going to a nature reserve called Brockholes, which I'll put up on the screen of a map. It's near the Ribble Estuary, or Ribble Valley, sorry, and it's a really, really nice place. So honestly, can't wait to go there and test out the R7. There's some birds of prey and things over there that I may get to see, and who knows what we'll see on that day, but I'm really looking forward to it. And it's supposed to be about 20 degrees, so it's probably really going to be really warm, which is nice. But we'll see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned for more, subscribe for more if you haven't already, and I will talk to you guys in the next one.